Today is November 10th, and today's quote is entitled, "No Boons." This is verse 4 from Damodar Leela, and I wanted to discuss it because it's the month of Kartik. Varam deva moksam na moksavadhim na canyam vrne varesad apiha idam te vapur natha gopala-balam sada manasy avirastam anyaih. O Lord, although you are able to give all kinds of benedictions, I do not pray to you for liberation, nor eternal life in Vaikuntha, nor any other boon. My only prayer is that your childhood pastimes may constantly appear in my mind. O Lord, I do not even want to know your feature of Paramatma. I simply wish that your childhood pastimes may ever be enacted in my heart. So what's described here is that, what's described in the commentaries here by Sanatana Goswami is that for a devotee, the desire to go to Vaikuntha or the spiritual world is not that important, because a devotee experiences, not that he knows, but he experiences that by thinking of Krishna, he's with Krishna. So he doesn't need to go somewhere to be with Krishna. And specifically, why would a devotee want to go to Vaikuntha when he can be with Krishna in his heart in Vrindavan, or be with Krishna in his heart in the Vrindavan Leelas? So the devotee, Satyavrata Muni, is saying, I don't want the boon of liberation, but the boon I want is the remembrance of your Leelas with pure bhakti and pure devotion. So I think this is extremely important. As conditioned souls, there's this tendency that even though we're pious and even though we want to be Krishna conscious, there's a tendency to want to get something from Krishna, and want to end our suffering because there's so much suffering in the world, mental or physical or emotional. And I just like to get out of this world, which is, it's okay, but it's not what pure bhakti is all about. And so the pure devotee doesn't pray to get out of suffering, it doesn't pray to go to Vaikuntha. The pure devotee prays to be absorbed in Vrindavan Braj pastimes, Leela, in the mood of the residents of Braja. And if the devotee has that, then the devotee thinks, there's nothing more that I could ever imagine wanting. So, sometimes devotees are a little preoccupied with this desire to go back to Godhead. And in a sense, it's a good desire. But when you want to evolve your bhakti to a pure level, then you realize that desire is not pure. What Krishna wants is your love. And aside from that, when you come to the level of pure bhakti, where you can absorb yourself in Krishna Leela sufficiently, then naturally the desire to get free from misery and so forth won't be there, because by being absorbed in Krishna Leela, you are free from misery. And that's why Narottam Das Thakur, he sang one song about Vrindavan, and he said, at the end of the song, he said, may we always be absorbed in thinking of these pastimes, even while we're in this miserable material world, because factually, you will experience that absorption in Krishna Leela takes you out of the material world. You may have experience on parikrama, and you're just hearing Leela in the Leela stan, in the very place. It's a completely different experience from your normal life. And there you're actually transcending in the sangha of devotees in the holy dham. And so you get some glimpse of what that feeling is, that what is better than this, what is more than this. The other day I was giving a little talk, and I was saying, I'm one of the richest men in the world. How is that I'm one of the richest men in the world? I probably have I'm probably richer in happiness than most people. I'm probably richer in wisdom than most people. I'm probably richer in satisfaction than most people. I'm probably richer in spiritual taste. I'm not saying it. You also, I'm not being proud, you also can say this. So we have to look at our wealth and our fortune, and so here the devotee is saying, if I can just be absorbed in thinking of Krishna Lila, it's so satisfying, and it's so much love comes out of those Leelas from my heart that I wouldn't even want to go to Vaikuntha. That would be downgrade. That would be going into like economy class from first class. So even though my physical body is here, my heart and mind are with Krishna and Braj. So I don't desire anything other than remembrance of those pastimes. That's the idea of that verse. And actually, if you study the commentaries, you probably can find them online. You'll see the depth of these prayers as Sanatana Goswami takes us into how deep these prayers are. So when you're singing them, you actually can enter that mood and know what's really going on at a deep level. It's not just a nice song and everyone together singing in a social gathering, but it's very deep. It's very deep in understanding pure bhakti, and then we can go deep in awakening a little bit more of our pure bhakti by understanding what these verses mean. Hare Krishna.